Hello, Amanda, Jody, Elizabeth, Amy, Isha, Nicole, Gina, Melissa, and Nicole. Welcome to Ethical Leadership. My name is Tim Oslovich. I will be your instructor for this course, and I am really looking forward to our time together. This is one of my favorite courses to teach because I believe that ethics is something that is real. It's something that has an impact on our lives, on our careers, on our world. And we really need ethical leaders. We need leaders who will do the right thing, leaders who will work for the common good, leaders who will empower and enable others to do their work well. So we're going to start our time together with a little ethics quiz. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about it, and you don't have to write about it, but it's just something to give you an opportunity to think about how you approach ethical situations, and to give you a little bit of feedback or another point of view about how others might approach those ethical dilemmas. I found it a kind of helpful thing to do. Gets the brain moving a little bit. Our first week, the assignment is an essay on ethics, law, and morality, and how those three forms of guidance in our society are different, how they're similar, how they interact and overlap. Week 2, there's an essay on ethics and leadership, and you might look at the material in that week and say that some of it looks like it's a little dated, it's a little old. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of material that's more recent, that's as good as what we have in the course. And ethics is something that human beings have been doing for thousands of years, and we can certainly learn things from people who have gone before us. That it's not that it's not that something that's older in the realm of ethics is useless. There's a lot that we can learn from people that lived a long time ago as far as ethics goes. So this ethics and leadership essay gives you the opportunity to think about how those two realms of knowledge theory interact. What does it mean to be an ethical leader? What is ethical leadership? And it'll give you some categories to help you think about how you define your own ethical leadership. Week 3, we're going to do a case study. So we'll apply some of the things that we've learned about ethics and leadership to a real world example of unethical behavior, and how do we face that challenge? How do we deal with this situation? What went wrong? How would you have done things differently? How would you explain what went wrong? And how might you put structures in place to prevent wrongdoing in the future? In week 4, we have our biggest assignment. It's a review of a code of ethics, and ideally, you'll be able to do a review of the code of ethics at the organization where you work or an organization where you volunteer, so that this will be a practical activity. You'll learn more about how your organization approaches ethics, strengths, and weaknesses of your organization's code. Week 5, we take a look at a movie called Food Incorporated, which shows some of the ethical challenges in the food industrial complex. And again, this is something that's a little bit dated, but I'm sad to say that the conditions displayed in the movie are still the conditions in the food industry in these days. And I'll also give you a couple of updated articles that point out that things really haven't changed much from the time that this movie was produced, unfortunately. But that will also give you an opportunity to think about how do we respond to unethical and challenging situations based on what we know and the power that we have. And the last week, we'll do an ethical leader analysis. It gives you an opportunity to look at a particular leader and how she or he deals with ethics in his or her organization and encourages people in the organization to act ethically and work for the common good. We'll also have the opportunity in our discussion forums to have a variety of conversations about ethics and what we would do in particular situations and how we would address different ethical dilemmas. And those conversations I've always found to be very helpful and very robust, and just a good thing for all of us to do, and to help us to think in new ways and see different points of view as all of us look at things, not exactly from the same perspective. I'm looking forward again to this time together. If there's any way that I can be helpful to you, please reach out to me. You can send me a message through Canvas. You can send me an email. You can send me a text message or give me a call. My contact information is freely available so that you can contact me in the way that's most helpful to you. And I would say if you run into a problem, if you need an extension, if you're up against a deadline and you have a family emergency or something else urgent that you need to take care of and you need an extension, please just let me know. We can work things out. That's that's not that's not going to be an issue, but it is helpful if you let me know, and if we're able to work together, because as you know, these 6-week courses move very fast, and if you get behind, that can be a pretty big problem. Just a reminder that there's no late work in week 1. That is a university and Department of Education requirement, and Canvas will automatically kick you out of the course if you don't submit an assignment by the deadline during week 1. There's nothing that I can do about that. It will just automatically happen. So please keep that in mind and make a submission by the deadline in week 1. Again, one more time, great to have you as part of this course, and I really look forward to our time together.